I'm gonna be honest. While we're here, I really want to talk about something. Free time. What we do at free time? How do we spend free time? If it's free and it's the way we assume it is in context, then what are we doing with it? What can we do with it? Free time. Free time. Free time. What is free time? It's the time when we're supposed to be free with it. So, how do we get where we are when someone's saying, "Hey, you did this," or "I saw you at this place," or "I saw you at the grocery store," "I saw you here," "I saw you there." You didn't even notice me. I tried to get your attention and you were so busy you didn't notice, you didn't hear me, or something like that. And in the time we're spending free time, what do you think our reason is for not noticing someone that notices us when we're spending our free time or we're on our free time? And is it possible to explain our free time? Can we say, well, I was, you know, with my free time doing this, or I was at this place, I was that place, or I had to go here after there, or there after there, and I didn't have time to look and see who was talking to me or anything like that? Or are we just, quiet at that time, um, and without words because we've not really done anything that really channels our attention during free time? What we really try to do is catch up on some rest, some physical things we need to keep intact. Um, catch up on some sleep, catch up on our respiratory system. There's a thing I have right here. Today is the second day I've had this. It's an app that is called Breath or Breathe. And what it does is paces along with you from 1 minute to 5 minutes. It's up to you. Um, Doing exhale, inhale repetitions. Here it is. It's called Breathe. What Breathe does is lets you decide what amount of time you want to exercise for. It's 1 minute, there's 2 minutes, there's 3 minutes, there's 4 minutes, and there's 5 minutes. And you go through exercises. I'm just going to pick one, and there we're exhaling. Let's do it. And inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. And you keep doing this for a minute. I picked a minute, but you can choose 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, or 5 minutes. Isn't that cool? Just to have that kind of an image going back and forth on the screen without any noise or sound, and then to know that it's also representing your pace. You can actually 3D connect with that. You can virtually um, analyze that, I assume, too. But I thought that was real cool by the hey, now it's done. We're still doing it. Um, by the description of the app in the store. And sure enough, as I chose it, it interactively, if you will, is pretty cool. I thought it's pretty cool. So yeah, uh, I think that's nice. We're gonna try and ask a question as well while we're here to do a little bit of commuting with each other or amongst each other. And I'm going to ask one question. Is it fair? Is it fair? We'll see what it says about that. Concentrate and ask again. I'll pass. I said the question. I asked the question loud and clear. So that's the end of that game. That app too. As soon as I get a chance, let's check some email. There's one thing we're going to do before I put this phone down. And let's check some email. Angela Medium, an hour ago. Subject: your money horoscope unveils your financial future. Need I go on? Wow. I mean, I admit I have an online personality as well as a radio personality and a people in and or for the public personality. And even I'm not with that at this time. And none of these other emails from other places either. You can email me at williamsvictor237 at gmail.com or Sound City Studios Inc. at outlook.com. I check my emails. Do you? Some people do, some people don't. But hey, as long as they're able to see it as just a digital program, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I guess it's probably good to not check it. Some people. Some people are famous and really rich and have not one, diploma or degree or GED to his or her name these days. And these days aren't those first types of days for that. And that's why I like to stay on the educated edge. I like to talk about nothing, why nothing haunts us, why are we so bad, if you will, about bringing ourselves down when ironically we're in a high level of activity. You would want to not think that if two people were slugging each other out, that you were just fine walking right through the middle of them, on your, way, instead of actually being realistic. There's no way you're just going to walk right through there in the way that you're thinking. And that's not to say that you're going to end up hurt or anything. There's just some physics, not everything's physical. I'm joking. But you should be joking. I mean, I'm the one that knows a little bit about how physics work. I might not know the book of physics front to back or anywhere in between average, though I know how physics works because I've been a student. Someone else that knows physics by the book has applied physics towards me. I've learned how physics work. That's kind of a kinesthetic personality, or I'm sorry, an intelligence actually. One of the 8 that exist to my knowledge. So about free time, why do we realize what free time is? And I'm not asking how we realize it. It's not a problem, it's not an issue. I think it's justified, though, to just question those simple things instead of ignore them, overlook them, overshadow them, or just put them in the background. It's why a lot of people that could have now a stronger, healthy relationship don't have a relationship at all. Lots of what we work together because of extrinsic, motivationally speaking, we don't practice once we actually established a relationship. Frankly, a friendship either. And I wish we could get into recognizing what our actions are and then what they're saying, what they're all about, and furthering our education process and not dictating education to say, education per se, it takes place in the schoolhouse. You've got to go to school. You've got to be dedicated. You've got to be devoted, if you will. And here all along, you're learning, when when the handle clicks at the gas pump, that's when you want to stop, or it's when the tank is full and you want to pull the nozzle out, because the company is just trying to prevent overspill or probably something else. So you learn, you learn, you learn, you learn, you learn, and you should. Here, the only thing is, before we let you find your way, is why we think in human culture something's wrong with that. It's kind of like looking in this important document. It's more like a library to me. And seeing this illustration. You wouldn't expect that in this book. You probably say, that little book is small enough. It reminds me of an illustrated book, but it's a pocket guide to college success. Nobody's had time to put illustrations in it. And there they are, there to help you process critical thinking when you're putting it into proactive motion, and how to understand conflicts and how things go both ways. Also, how to help you analyze how to get into a situation to solve it. We'll be back and we'll talk about it.